Look how nice you are. You're going to be helping in the garden. Yes, you're a good girl. Good girl. What's that? Hello. So, here we are in the garden. I just want to do an update of stuff. First of all, these are Arabica coffee plants, and they're doing pretty good, and I'm pretty happy about that. That's prairie sage. It grows native here. I've got a ton of it in the front yard, and I had a bunch of seeds from last year and I planted them. I've got like a whole nother container with some of those, some snapdragons. This tomato's not doing great. But look at my fig tree. Look at this. This guy, he's got a baby. It's the one fig that survived that Travis sent me. What else is happening? This is a banana plant. It's doing pretty good. There's another baby leaf inside. The dude that I watch told me to cut the bottom leaves, the base leaves off, look out for pups growing around it, and fertilize the hell out of it. So I've been doing that. There's one other, these are the figs. I don't know if you can see. These were all staves that Travis sent me. And it seems like there was one of them, one single one, I don't know which one. One of them had a leaf, and I got really excited. This is really close to my face, sorry. One of them had a leaf, I got really excited, and now I can't figure out which one it was, and they all seem to be dead. So I only have one fig. And there's a black woman in New York who has a bunch of fig starts for sale, but I can't afford them. Oh my god. You hear that? You hear the ice cream truck? Who the fuck is buying that from an ice cream truck during a pandemic? This is the raspberries. Look at how big this shit is. Look at these fucking things, man. Look at this. Like, oh my god, like there's berries growing. I might actually get some raspberries this year. I figured out this is Nicotiana. I didn't know for sure what this was. I planted it last year. They were really pretty when they were blooming. I think I have to come out and like cut all the blooms off them so they make more. It smells really good. It smells like sweet tobacco, I guess is what it is. This is a mulberry tree I got last year and planted, and it was like a stick. And now this year, it's like a little baby tree. Oh my god, yeah, we're close to a road. My lilac has not made a single goddamn blossom. This is a lilac bush. Like, no lilacs. I don't know why there's no flowers. We have strawberries. But there's a squirrel and he keeps eating them while they're green, so I haven't gotten any yet. There's some volunteer potatoes right here next to my rosemary. I'm assuming those will get huge because my bag potatoes are doing really good. This one doesn't look so good, but it's actually fine. There's a couple more leaves coming up. Those are going to end up giving me a bag full of potatoes by the end of the season. What else do we have growing? What did I show you last time? I gotta think. A dog. Back to Eden, Lulu. I gotta show you all this stuff. God, I wish that music would stop. The poppies, I have to deadhead. I have to take all of these pods off once they dry out a little bit more. And then last year it made more flowers, so maybe this year it'll make more. Oh my god, stop with the ice cream. Fuck. That's a squash. It's not doing great. Sunflower patch. The radishes are almost done. Da-na-na-na-na. Fuck, he's like right here. Hang on. Look at that. No customers, nothing. Nobody gives a shit. I found out that this plant that has been growing crazy wild here, it's gotten huge. It's fucking wormwood. It's what absinthe is made out of. So I might do some dry cuttings of that and some staves to send to a friend of mine. He's loud. Who likes that stuff. And then here we have the amazing grapevine. Whoa, I got a little boob focus there. This grapevine is 3 years old. I gotta get back. It's huge. Look at this. I need to tie it up a little better over here. It's starting to spread out in a weird way that I don't like, so I've got to kind of like twist it around these strings and hope that it kind of follows the growth direction I want it to go in. Yeah, good luck with that. Then we have some corn, but my corn is already making tassels. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. This guy is doing great. He's got a bean friend climbing him. I always plant corn and beans and squash together. There is a squash plant here, but look, slugs have been eating them. Here's another one. This one's doing a lot better. More corn. This corn, I wish I could get far enough away to show you, but this corn is thigh high. Thigh high is by the 4th of July. Most of the rest of them are almost knee high or a little above. So I guess that's good. I think that's what you're supposed to have. Let me show you the coolest thing. So I planted this hibiscus when Phil first got diagnosed with cancer. And he picked it out from the nursery. And remember those photographs of the really huge pink flowers? So it died because we were gone and I didn't water anything. But look at this shit. Look at this thing. Look, it's growing back. It's revived itself completely back to life. So maybe we'll have those again this year. And this is a smaller hibiscus that I planted this year, and it's not doing so great. I'm not really sure. I mean, it's got a couple good leaves, so maybe it'll do good. So there's 2 of them now. The one that I picked this year is black. And then this was Phil's tree. This is Phil's birthday. You are in remission plum tree. It is huge. It is a big ass tree. It's doing really good. It's very healthy. I have to prune it, but again, all the plums fell off, so I don't know what to think. Let's see what else is going on. The container tomatoes. So the container tomatoes are okay. This one had some flowers on it. Look, it's got a couple baby tomatoes growing already. These are yellow pear tomatoes. I just put down this fabric. I'm going to plant some starts that I have in this because we've got slug issues. And then this is like red lettuce and carrots and a couple of cucumbers and some tomatoes. And then something's eating all my soybean plants, which sucks. There's some beets in here. I don't know. This patch is basically like wild nature. There's a little baby pepper. For Mimi, an update. These irises are now going nuts and starting to spread out, which is really cool. I really wanted them to do that. I was really hoping they would do that. And I really think that like getting in there and making sure their butts were sticking out. There's the butt. Let me get that. That's the butt of the iris. It's really been good for them. Like they got big for that. Oh, the hoop house. Let's go to the hoop house. Lulu, hoop house. Okay, we're gonna go to the hoop house. Oh, and my hickory nut tree. It's doing really well. Like it's getting pretty big. When I got it, it just had 3 leaf clusters, and now it's doing really good. We had some strawberries over here, but fucking squirrel ate them all. And then the hoop house is kind of nightmarish. I mean, it's really fucking hot in here. We've had a couple successes with the Kratzky stuff. Excuse the green down there. It's because it rained and some water got in here and the sun's hitting it. But inside these, it's all black. So some things are growing. What else is happening in here? A little pumpkin. Don't know why. And then the basil is like super happy in this joint, man. Like I should just plant a ton of that shit in here. It should be what the hoop house is for, I think. Now the more I think about it, the more I think that's what this place is just for, is like growing basil, and that's it. That's the only thing that's doing really well in here. And I got a baby tomato in a Kratzky hydroponic. You can see there's also a fig shoot in there. I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. I guess with this stuff, it's my first time trying it. I'm sort of learning as I go. I think I'll have some more failures before I have more successes. There's the dog again. That's the garden update. But there's nothing out here really growing beyond what I've already talked about and shown you. Oh, here, I'll show you the strawberries. See, we had, like, see all these little green ones? There was like 20 or 30 of them on these plants, you know? And that fucking squirrel got them before they even got ripe. Like, he just fucking ate them. I don't know. There's a lot of shoots and runners coming off these. Excuse the mess right there of toy junk, but there's lots of runners coming off of these, like baby plants starting. Here's one. And I've been putting them up here because I have, oh, here's my little, that's my hammock, and it's in the shade. Oh, and my rose is growing back. Another thing I thought was dead. I'm going to plant more of these. These are really cool. These black with the pink flowers and these things. There's a dying coleus in there somewhere. And a bunch of succulents are coming back. This is all the hyacinths. And then there's some tall, I can't remember what they are. But up here I've got starts. Those are ginger. Starts and more starts galore. What was I going to show you? Something specific. What the hell? Oh, the strawberries. So I've been tucking them into these because I can keep these I can water this from the bottom just by putting water in the underneath. So I'm keeping some strawberries, those little baby plants in there. And these pumpkins are doing nothing. Oh, and from last year, no, 2 years ago, it was before Phil we got sent to Seattle for Phil's medicine, for his bone marrow transplant. I planted a trumpet vine, and then a bunch of shit got put on top of it, and I thought it was dead. And then today, come over here. That's a fucking baby trumpet vine. It grew out from underneath a bucket, a chair, and a bunch of wood, and it's coming up right there. I don't know how it managed, but it did. I have this thing, which is, you know, kind of barely alive, frillies. It got really big last year. It's not doing anything. And then I had a bunch of, get this weeds out of here. I had a bunch of ordered, I paid for, which is rare, some honeysuckle staves, and every one of those is dead. Every one of the ones that I paid money for is dead sticks. But I planted one a few years ago, and it died while we were gone, like everything else. And look, here it is. It's growing. It's growing back. So I think what I'm realizing is that stuff that I thought was dead and gone because I didn't water for almost a whole year because I was gone is going to return. And buying new things, I don't have the money for it, so I just got to like work with what I have. I have a ton of seeds, so I have to do a lot of starts. It's midsummer, so it's too late to put a lot of them out. But I can start things soon for a winter crop of stuff. Oh, and I have garlic growing. I'm going to put that in the ground soon. And that's it. That's the garden. I hate these things. They're prickly. Yeah, let me give you a view. Look at that. Things are growing. Things are growing.